Today what we're going to do, we are going to be creating some sunflowers on our paper. First thing we want to do is make sure that our name is on the back. Here's my name. It's the front. Flip it over. If your name is on the front, just flip it over so that it's on the back. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our brush, and our brush is made with 3 parts. It's got a handle, obviously for our hand. It's got bristles for the paint, and it's got this shiny silver thing called a ferrule. That's the piece that holds the bristles to the brush. When you hold your brush, you kind of want to hold it like a pencil, kind of like this. Sometimes artists hold it like this. That's why they like these long brushes. But we're just going to hold ours like this. First thing we're going to do, we're going to dip our paintbrush in the paint, and we're going to start with yellow. So we're going to put our orange over here. And we're just going to dip the bristles, dip the tip. You can see that I've just dipped the tip in the paint. I don't have paint all the way up here. So I'm going to start and put a circle on my paper. That looks like a fantastic circle to start my sunflower. I'm going to dip and get a little bit more paint, and I'm going to make a big oval or a jelly bean. And then I'm going to make another big oval. Sometimes I like to call these bunny ears. Big ovals. Try to make your painting big. Try to make your flowers big. You could make a couple small, but try to make them big. Once I go all the way around, I'm going to dip my paintbrush back in the yellow, and I'm just going to fill this in. Just like this. Just like this. And I'm going to keep going all the way around on my sunflowers until my sunflower is completely painted. My circle that's in the middle, I'm going to leave that empty for a while because in just a little bit I'm going to add some orange inside. And I've got one more petal to do. So that's one way you can make your flower petals. Another way you can make your flower is, again, you start with a circle. I'm going to put my circle up here, like this. And I'm going to come out like this and like this. And I'm just going to take my paintbrush, I'm going to push it down and come out. And you do that all the way around. And that's another way you can make your sunflower. It kind of looks like a sun. This. Sometimes I like to put a couple of them together like this to make the petals. Let me do some more. So the sun. Start with the sun rays. And then once I've gone around, I'm going to put some of those together. Make them big and thick. Like that. So you can make your sunflowers however you want. Those are a couple different ways to make it. I want to fill my paper from top to bottom and side to side. So I think I'm going to make maybe one that's kind of coming off the edge. So I'm just going to make a half circle. And then I'm going to make some petals. And is it okay if my petals run into this one? Of course, it's just a little bit of overlapping. And one more. Just like that. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use some of this orange, and I'm going to paint the inside of my flowers. Now, I don't need to clean the yellow off of my brush. If I dip my brush in the orange paint, the yellow that's on there is going to be fine. And one of the reasons that is because yellow is one of the colors that make orange. So I'm going to go ahead and dip that in here. And if the yellow mixes a little bit, it's going to be just fine. And then some here. And a yellow or an orange circle here. And then I'm done. Sometimes I like to take just a little bit of orange and put inside some of these petals coming out like that. So if you want to do that, you could. Do you have to? No way. You do it your own way. You're the artist. So I'm all done with the yellow and orange. When this all dries, you're going to get another brush. This brush is much smaller, but it still has a handle, the bristles, and the ferrule, and that's what holds the bristles to the brush. Once your piece is all dry, you're going to get some black paint, and you're going to just dip the tip, just like we did with the yellow paint and the orange paint and the other paintbrush. So I don't need to get black paint all the way up here to this gold part. So I'm just going to kind of dip. And what you're going to do, you're going to outline your painting. So you're going to carefully get your black paint. And you're going to outline your beautiful flowers. And this might take a little while, and that's okay. It's just going to make your sunflowers look like they're popping off the page. Sometimes when boys and girls use a paintbrush, they like to flatten the paintbrush flat. And you want to make sure that this paintbrush kind of stays up on its tippy toes. You don't want it to get flat. So I've got a couple more here. And Mrs. Bartos is going a little bit quickly. I would love it if when you did yours, you took your time and went nice and slow. So I'm almost done. I'm going to do this part here. If you have enough time, let me get this. If you have enough time, you could also go ahead and paint the orange circles. You could trace around the orange. So you could go like this. It looks beautiful. Oopsie. So just like that. One last thing if you want to do after you've finished all of your tracing, sometimes if kids have enough time, they turn their paintbrush over and they use this end to put a few seeds inside the center of their sunflowers. And you don't need a lot, but just a couple seeds in the middle, and the back of your paintbrush makes fantastic small polka dots. But you dip it once, and you can do 2 or 3 polka dots once, and that's it. Just like that, and there's your sunflower. I hope you like it, and I can't wait to see your beautiful sunflowers. Good luck and have fun.